Today I thought I would have a little play with this set of IndigoBlu stamps. They're new stamps, just received them. And they came with, I got this book of papers as well. I'm not a great paper person, but these are just stunning. Don't you think they're beautiful? Absolutely stunning. Love them. Don't know quite how I would use them. And I'm actually not going to use them today because it's kind of a curious thing, really. This has got tulips, daffodils and peony. But in this book of papers, Floral Fantasy, I'm not sure if it's supposed to be part of the same series, but they've got tulips, daffodils and poppies. So I'm not going to use a poppy with a peony, but they're lovely papers no matter what, aren't they? So I thought I'd show you those, but I'm not going to be using them today. What I thought I would do, the thing I love about this is these little bits and bobs, little bits of stamps that come with them. Fabulous for making up a sort of a collage. I want to use the peony today. And I thought what I would do is to stamp it onto black. And then if I have some of these other bits around, whereas if you're using a die cut or something, you can stamp wherever and put your image on the top. This is going to be a stamp. So what I thought I would do is stamp it, and I want to emboss it in gold, but then I would mask it. And I found this masking paper. I must have bought it years ago, and I don't think I've ever used it. It's from IndigoBlu. So I'm going to have a go with that today. So stamp it, emboss it, mask it, and then stamp with some of these other bits and bobs to see if I can come up with some kind of, you know, collage-y thing. I've chosen some luscious powders to colour the peony with. And I thought I would just have a play, first of all, because my idea was, I was thinking I would have the peony in sort of 3 shades of pink, with maybe use some of these little leaves around somewhere and just put a hint of green in those. So I thought I would just try them out on black, first of all, and I got a bit of a surprise. This is this one. It's called Unicorn Tears. This one is that one, ballet slippers. And on black, it comes out blue. It's one of those, I can't remember the name. Is it Intervention Colours or, I don't know, Interference? Interference, I think it is, Interference Colours. If you do this on white, it will show pink. Do it on black, and it will show blue. So I'm not going to be using that one today. But this is the darker one, and this is the green, which actually on black shows gold. So that is Interference Colours as well. This is Lime Spritzer. On white, it would be yellow. It would be green, but on black, comes out gold. But I'm going to use it anyway. Okay, so the first thing to do is to stamp this. I'm not sure whether to stamp the actual thing or to stamp the one I'm going to use for the mask. I don't know. We'll see. We will see. So let's take it out. And I might be using that one, so I'll just take that one out as well. I am going on another retreat with IndigoBlu in September. I'm going to Kent somewhere or other. And I think I'm in for a load of fun. So, a few days or a weekend or something in Kent with a whole bunch of fun girls. It's going to be wonderful. Really looking forward to it. And I thought I would like to use that one out of there. I like that kind of all over it's spotty things. And because of the way it's done, it comes out in different sort of, well, you can see, you know, dots or actual squares. It's brilliant. And I love this one out of here. I'm really, really fond of script stamps. So I thought I would use this script one. The one that comes with this one says, every flower must push through the dirt to get to bathe in sunlight. Don't know if it's a bit bold for me, that one. I don't know. This one is about, I make art to show my soul that I am listening. That might be a bit big too. The smaller ones here, which I like, are about daffodils, so I can't use that. This one is about a tulip, but this one is just sort of oldie worldy script, and it's nondescript. Excuse the pun, nondescript. Okay, right. I've chosen a piece of card that I'm going to cut down. This is just regular black card, and it feels about 300 GSM. I don't know exactly, but that's what it feels like. So let's get this onto a block. I need a fairly big one for this. Okay, which way up is it? I think it kind of goes like that. Okay, anti-static. Somewhere I've got like an anti-static brush, and that has gone the way of all flesh. Would you believe it? The way I lose things is just phenomenal. You may remember the other week I said I'd lost my tiny, tiny, tiny Art Impressions clump of grass stamp. Well, do you know, a very kind lady, Jenny, who lives in the Isle of Man, had a spare one, and she sent it to me. I'm always astonished at the kindness. Well, I shouldn't be really. Kindness of crafters. They're just lovely, lovely people. So thank you, Jenny. I am really, really grateful. And she sent me the most beautiful card. Absolutely beautiful. Anyway, here's my peony. Let's get this stamped onto the black. Now that is going to be facing that way, so I think I'll have a bit more space for stuff. This is the kind of width of the largest square card I do, so obviously it's got to kind of fit in with those parameters somewhere. I can obviously shorten it from top to bottom somehow, but we'll see how we go. I thought it'd be fun to do it in black, to be honest. So we'll just see what happens. It looks all right at the moment. Let's just emboss it. This is Wow Pale Gold. It's got a whole bunch of other names like Superfine, Extra something. Metallic Gold Rich Pale Superfine. There you go. I knew it had a load. Look at that. Ooh, look at the detail in that. Oh my word. Now, I'm not quite sure. I'm just wondering now. I was thinking there was going to be more space for colour in this, but as I haven't stamped it before, I don't really know. I'll just get this lid on. Anyway, I'm going to whiz it. Here we go. Oh my goodness, just look at that. Isn't that beautiful? The detail. It's astonishing. Good gracious, that's gorgeous. Right, let me just do this on the masking paper. So I'm going to stamp this onto the masking paper and then quietly cut it out. So let's just stamp this. There we go. And I'm going to whiz up the cutting out as well. Just give that a wipe first. There we go. I don't know what the surface of this masking paper is like, but that's not drying. So I'm just going to put some talc on it and see if I can just kind of dry it off a little bit. Let's just see. I don't want to touch it because it might smudge. Well, it doesn't matter about smudging really, but not the edges. I don't want the edges smudged. That's better. Good-o. Isn't that funny? I've not used this before, so I really don't know what it's like. So I will quietly get on, and I just hope I've actually done it on the right side. I hope this is not the backing I've done it on. Perhaps I should have a little see. Let me just see. Do you know I have? I should have stamped it on this side. Well, I'm glad I didn't spend the time. I'm glad I didn't spend the time. Will that fit on there now? Do you know it won't? Will it? Maybe just about. Okay. Okay. Isn't that interesting? When I opened the packet and it was the blue side first, I just thought that was the side to stamp on, but maybe I've had it out and put it back the wrong way. I don't know. Can I get everything on? How did I have it? There. Right. Oh, it had come off, look, hasn't it? Gosh, there's a lesson learned. I'm glad I said I hadn't used it before, otherwise I would look like a right Charlie, wouldn't I? If I'd done it on the wrong side and having done it before. Now, I might get my fingers in the pickle now. Let's just see. I'm going to whiz this up while I just cut out the flap. Okay, that was a bit of a mistake, wasn't it, to stamp on the wrong side? I wiped it off because it was getting all over my fingers, but nevertheless, we got there in the end. I should have realised, shouldn't I, that something was amiss when it didn't look dried. Right, let's get this in position. Oops-a-daisy. I think that's probably okay. Looks nice in white on there too, doesn't it? Okie dokie. Now let's try some of these other stamps. I will give this another wipe. I don't know if that is like that because I wiped the back with a wet wipe to get the ink off. I don't know. We'll see. Right, let me try some of these other things. So we want that goes kind of there. Let me get some more blocks. I'll put this in line, the script in line with the grid lines on the stamp. Okay, let's give it another little, because I'm going to emboss all of these in gold as well. So let's get that away. Here's my Versamark. let's have one. Yeah. Kind of there. And you know, I think I might have got that upside down. But does it matter? I looked at it, thought I got the slope in the right direction, but I believe I put it upside down. Let's just do this. Let's do those two for a start. Here's my paper again. Yeah, I do believe that one is upside down. Never mind. Blind man would like to see it, as my mum used to say. I'm just going to whiz this one. Okay, let's put the mask back on. And we'll use another one of our little array of stamps. There's this one that's kind of, you know, sort of, don't know what you call it really. It's, they're actually little tiny rectangles, I think. Not sure. Okay. What's going through my head is I'm wondering if I should use maybe a different coloured embossing powder for some of it. Don't know. Who knows? Let's pop that there. And that just moved, didn't it? Never mind. We'll try another one. Try there. And we'll emboss those two. I might try a bit of a different colour. Maybe a copper. I don't know. A bit scared. I don't know. Copper maybe. Lid on, and another whiz. You see where the masks slipped when I was stamping this one, or that one was it? And we've got a little gap because the mask just slipped. But isn't that lovely? Oh, I do like it. Now, shall we put some leaves on, or shall we not put some leaves on? That might be nice there, mightn't it? Do you know what I'm thinking? I'm thinking, do I try and make myself a little bit of my own embossing powder by mixing a little bit of this with some either clear or white? I wonder if it would work. Nothing ventured, huh? Shall I try? What should I mix it with? These are all of my little pots that I can kind of keep things in afterwards if necessary. Shall I use clear or shall I use... I don't know what this might come out. I wonder if I've got one that isn't an interference colour. That looks like it is. What is it? Mermaid's tail. That is probably an interference. I don't know. If I've got a green, it will just stay green. Green. I don't like this green much. Perhaps I'll put it with some white embossing powder. Opaque, bright white. Let's have a bit of this. I don't know if this is going to work. I've got no idea. But we'll see. A little of that. Don't need much, I don't think. Okay, white embossing powder with, where's the green? Oh no, it's mermaid's tail. Here's the green. I'm just going to do it because I don't know what it's going to turn out like. Let's just see. With some of this. Okay. Let's give it a mix up. Kind of feels a bit damp, but we'll see. The only thing is, when luscious powder touches a surface, even if it's got nothing on it, particularly black, something like that, it kind of leaves a sheen. The gold, the shimmer in it, the mica in it, leaves a kind of sheen on the paper. So we'll see. Right, let me just have the leaves and we'll stamp them. I want to go over the top of that because that's kind of upside down, as we've already noticed. So even after looking, I got it wrong, didn't I? That looks like it might fit in there. Let's just see. Okay. Let's try a bit of this green. See what I mean about covering? Oh dear, knocked it. Now I can't swipe it just yet. I'll heat set it and then I'll give it a swipe with my Swiffer thing and see if we can get rid of all of this. It may have been a huge mistake. We'll see. Yes, and I don't like that at all. So, can we rescue any of this? There we go. I just don't like that at all. I have got heaps of these little things, so I'll keep that in there. Might come in handy for something or other, who knows, before I have to throw it away. And I knocked it over there, which is a great clumsy thing to do. But what can I do with this? I may have to just cut it down. That was a big mistake, actually. You know, if you don't try, you don't know, do you really? People say to me, you know, would this and would that work or whatever. Some of the time, I have no idea. Just need to have a go and find out. Only one way. What can I do with that? I really don't like that at all. Not at all, not in the slightest. Oh. Let's see what that looks like. I don't think it's going to cover it. I may have to do a little cutting down. No, I don't like that. What can I do? What can I do? Bigger one than that. Let me just colour this, just to see if we're going to get anywhere with the colour. That was a mistake. What a mistaker to make, huh? Let's just see. I don't think there's much I can do, really. It just looks awful. Right, if I do something like this and add a little bit of something here, we may be in business, because I've got to get rid of that. I just can't bear it. So let's just see, what have I got? Anything else in here that I haven't? Have a look at that one too. Let's try this one in here, the one that actually goes with it, and just see what we think. It may be I have to start from scratch, but I will have learnt some good lessons, so no, nothing lost really. It's like my son when he was at Cambridge for his PhD. He was studying cell biology. It's all above my head. But his studies for his PhD were inconclusive. They didn't work out. But what it meant was that future students working on the same kind of subject would know not to go there, because what he'd done had eliminated kind of what avenue not to go down. So this is kind of the same thing, really. I will not be doing mixing Luscious with white embossing powder together with gold on black. So, you know, we've learned something, haven't we? Right, I'll try and get this one the right way up. Actually, this one ought to be in its entirety, so let's do that. Let's just do... Let's do that. Okay, we'll emboss that in gold. Doesn't matter if you can't read all of it, but there's the hope that you would be able to by having stamped it all. Okay, I can see something else that needs doing now as well. Not all covered. There we go. Right, emboss this. Now I just need a little bit here. So, let's put this back, and I'm just going to do another little bit. And then I think I've probably done enough, as much as I should. All right, let's just have a bit of Versamark. Don't know. Let's just see. Okay. I won't do any more, promise. There's my gold. Then I'm going to colour and then chop it up. Looks like an underground map with all these lines, doesn't it? Let's just try a little colouring, and we'll see where we go from here. I have a vision of that much, you see, kind of like that, about there, with a... So we'll see. Otherwise, as I say, I will just... If I could get into this, it would be great. Okay. Now, let's try... I put the pink away I shouldn't use, didn't I? So we have got Unicorn Tears. Unicorn Tears, bless. I've got a paintbrush somewhere. Did I leave it here? There it is. Right. I have so little space on my desk, which is my daughter's old dressing table. Oh, she was a teenager many moons ago. I've just tried this on a bit of black. I just don't want to get too much colour. This is probably not going to be on the image, but we'll just do it anyway. And now a little of the darker colour. If you mix luscious powder with water and you put a fair amount in, you can make a little cake of colour. So I can go back and use these that have dried and just reactivate them with a drop of water and we'll be away. I don't want it to be too definite. I think I might just do a little dab with a wet wipe, just to take some of it away. Okay. Now I'll try cutting it down. So do I have my... Actually, I could cut it down with a trimmer, couldn't I? Although a square would give me a better idea of what I'm getting. Now let's just see. Or bigger than that. Is that that's just about enough to get rid of most of that. Let me have one smaller than that. One smaller. This still looks sort of greeny, doesn't it? That was a bit of a mistake to make. Let me just get some more of the pink over that, and then I will cut it out. I had to go down halfway through this video and help my husband in with the shopping. He does love shopping, food shopping. Can't bear it. Right, let's try and get rid of some of this here. The green. Is that better? Let's just see. I think that's better. Okay. I will now cut this. I'll tape it down. Right. I think that's okay. Oh, it's come off. Let's do it on the. Oh, I am so short of space. It's not true. Right. Let's have another look. I don't want that green in. Let's see if that's okay. Okay. Let's see how we've done. Oh, it's not bad, is it? It's better. I feel I need just a little bit something here. But I'm going to leave it for the minute. So that if that goes on to a 150 by 150 in the centre like that, I think that'd be quite nice. I may do a mount for it, a gold mount maybe. And if I don't know about you, but if I want to cut a gold square to go behind here, that's going to be bigger than this, I feel what a waste. So what I do, because I've got these lovely press cut dies, I choose the one that's the size for the outside of the square, and then I choose a smaller one and I cut out the middle of it. So I've got a piece of gold left that I can use for sentiments, little embellishments or whatever. I don't actually put the whole square behind as a mount because gold card isn't cheap and I just feel that it's a waste. So if I do that, I will cut the square the size I want it to show and then cut a smaller square than this. And so there'll be a hole behind it and it'll give me a spare bit of gold for something else. Anyway, I will finish this. I will try and put the card at the end of the video, and one of these days I will catch up and put my pictures onto Instagram as well. So have a lovely day. I'm sorry it's been a bit rambling and a bit of a mistake, but we kind of got something out of it in the end. So take care and I'll see you soon.